truth when it wasn't easy to do, right? They got a lot of shit for it. A lot of other people got a lot of applause for lying to you, okay? Let me tell you some of the lies that you got. The herd is coming. Yeah, they're coming to click the red sell button, right? What was it? 25K 2018 was Tom Lee, and then he adjusted it like down to 15. Who the fuck knows where he'll adjust it to now, right? It's the millennials, bro. Who else lied to your face? I don't know, McAfee, man. I don't know. If I were 70 or 80, I'd be talking crazy too. But I mean, he did offer to eat his own dick, and it seems like.
Have you seen the latest thing with Skycoin? He has tattooed Skycoin.
It's not smart.
But you know, at his age, I think it's all right. Who cares really what you tattoo? And I guess how much? I wonder how much that costs as well to tattoo something on his body. But Richard, something else that is very important is the tether situation, because you said that ICOs blew up the bubble. What about tether? What about the Bitfinex Twitter account exposing tether? Do you think that he or she has some incentives to?
That Bitfinex guy is a fucking retard. So
what is he doing according to you? What is his intention, and why is he flawed?
If you've been talking shit for a long time about a product being garbage, but the product keeps working, you kind of have to shut the fuck up after a while, right? So when I talked about how terrible Ethereum was, and you know it's the worst and all that, but the price went up faster than Bitcoin did, you eventually have to shut up and include a caveat like, yeah, this tech may have problems, but the price could go up faster, which is all anyone really cares about, the fucking price, right? So everybody that bit into the Tether FUD and shorted Tether when it was under $1 got wrecked because it went back to $1. So he could be technically right, and Tether could be the shittiest company in the world and have shitty banks that have laundered drug money for other companies before, like Deltec in the Bahamas, who they're using now, right? If you're any bank in the third world, I have to imagine some portion of your clients is pretty shady. Otherwise, why wouldn't they just bank with, some big named company in a place where they actually insure the funds better? He wrecked his followers, right? So yeah, I don't think stable coins are good. I think stable coins are fucking terrible. I'd rather short 1x on BitMEX than have some shitty stable coin with tons of extra counterparty risk, right? So here's the counterparty risk on MEX. They go out of business. Okay. Here's a counterparty risk on a stable coin. The bank goes out of business, or a regulator takes their fiat, or the person that runs the centralized ledger was running a fractional reserve because he took a paper cut every time he had to switch banks, and 3% of the fiat got stolen or administratively acquired every time they had to switch banks. And then eventually you take so many 3% paper cuts that you're whatever magic you're doing to make money on your 100% backed stablecoin. The funny thing is, like, stablecoins make money by making sure they don't work right. So if you're Tether and you can buy your coins for 95 and sell them for $1, you make that 5% market maker fee when your coin doesn't function properly and won't hold $1 and keeps being available for 94 and 93 cents on different exchanges. Now they could just inflate the order books to make them thicker on those exchanges by leaving more fiat there, but why would they do that? They'd have a better working product, but they'd have less profit. So why not let the Tether price get lower, buy it up cheap, and it's free profit for any stable coin the less stable their coin is, because they keep getting to buy it cheap and selling it for the higher price. So the amount of counterparty risk you have on a stable coin is way, way, way higher because there's more points of failure. And all these banks are what the government attacks. The government attacks the banks. It's what they're used to doing. It's what they love to do. They love to get those big numbers seized for XYZ reason. And then, your stable coin's fucked. You have to run a fractional reserve. Now, could crypto have died from some type of Tether failure? Sure, but it chose not to. It just chose to die the normal bubble. So I hate stable coins. I don't like them. If you want, the whole idea of crypto is to do something better than the dollar, not to do something worse than the dollar, not to do dollars normal inflationary value losing crap plus tons of counterparty risk, plus no interest. What? It's retarded.
Yeah, but so if we look past that, because I agree with you on the points that stablecoins, they are needed currently though. I mean, currently there is a use case because many exchanges don't want to deal with fiat. They just want to have a stablecoin. So I see the use case right now. But long term, of course, there is really no need for stablecoins with all of the risks and issues you just mentioned. But if we go back to the fact that Tether could have inflated the bubble, maybe even more than ICOs, do you think that is a true statement or a false statement?
Well, it's totally false. You just measure the market cap, right? So look at the top 100 coins. Tether's, I think, 6 billion. And, you know, the rest, that's like a couple good shit coins put together, right? So the amount of bubble inflating that Tether could do is a couple good shit coins worth. Well, we got more than a couple good shit coins. We got lots. So just mathematically, looking at the market cap of the project, you can see that all of these other things that multiply much harder are much more responsible for the bubble. I mean, if someone convinces you to buy a bag of an altcoin and you do, then that altcoin gets a really high market cap because you inflated the price times the supply. But as soon as you start to sell into that, you realize that the market cap was a lie, right? At least with Tether, the multiplier is not as high. Like, no one's really speculating on making mad gains on Tether because it's just going to go up to $1 pretty much, right? But on these other things, people are willing to invest much larger amounts of economic mass and inflate the market cap numbers for the whole crypto ecosystem, which causes these idiots that run weighted funds to buy more of the shitcoin. So if you're terrible, horrible shitcoin pumps, some other asshole running a weighted fund is like, oh my God, it's pumping. I'm too stupid to know what good is, so I better fucking buy this thing. And then they do. They buy it. And that's how we can't have nice things. We can't have nice things until everyone capitulates and finally gives up and finally clicks the red sell button to make the pain stop. And once enough people have done that, we can go horizontal for a while, and then we can do new bubbles, just like we always have.
And as you mentioned right now, it's also about the education. Currently, even hedge funds that are in this are not really sure what they're doing. And this is also why you saw many coins pumping. That's your point, that when they invest in different market cap coins, market cap weighted, they have a market cap weighted fund, they invest in things they don't understand, where they think that market cap is big, but in reality, market cap doesn't mean anything, because you can sell one coin for a high price and then you have a huge market cap. And so until we see big players educating themselves and actually knowing what they're doing, we will see these chaotic movements and chaotic markets.
Well, you have to, like, so I made a video a while ago called, you know, Poker Sucks, Video Games Suck, Win at the Real Game, Life. And basically what it is like, if you make money as a trader, you're not building anything. You're taking someone else's money. That's what you're doing. Now, the only way the world gets better is if that guy has to work a real job and work harder and actually make the world better. Investing in shitcoins and making mad gains, are you making the world better? No one uses these things, right? So should a fund that is not making the world better, that just wants to sell to a greater fool, should that fund be rewarded? And should you be rewarded for giving that fund money? And is it making the world a better place? I don't think so. I think it makes the world a worse place.
You can say that with any financial instrument, and you can say that about the whole financial industry as a whole with speculation. Is it really doing the world a better place? Maybe not. So how is that only connected to crypto?
Well, you know, if you invest in Tesla, some cars come out the other end. If you invest in SpaceX, some rockets come out the other end. If you invest in a shitcoin, what comes out the other end?
But what about the internet in the early